Chapter 6, Video 1. Today we're going to talk about how to interpret a rhythm strip. Guys, this is probably the most important chapter as far as moving forward and understanding what type of rhythms that we are looking at, okay? Arrhythmias can originate in any of the heart's pacemakers. Some rhythms are benign, causing no problems, while other rhythms tend to be lethal. And recognizing those rhythms are very important, okay? We are looking for pathology in the form of arrhythmias or dysrhythmias. And even normal heart rates, there's different normal heart rates. These can as well be cause for concerns. So we're understanding and learning how to interpret what we're looking at so we can watch for trends. When we watch for trends, we're going to compare the present rhythm strip to the ones that we have previously taken in the past. I'll give you an example of what we mean by trends. My mother, she's been seeing the cardiologist for the last 3 or 4 years. Well, they've run their tests. They've done EKGs on her. They've done nuclear stress tests. They've done multiple testing on her. The last test that she had done, they noticed a change. They went in, they did a heart cath, and they found that she had blockage. But because they had been watching what her normal was for the past several years, they were able to pick up on that EKG when they did that EKG that something was different, okay? So another thing we're looking at too with trends, if a person has a heart rate of 110, they've been in the hospital for a week, their heart rate's been hanging around 110 to 120, and then all of a sudden you go in there and their heart rate's 60 overnight or over within the past couple hours, their heart rate's 60. That could be bad because that could be telling us, oh snap, that heart rate's 60. It was 110 to 120. Within the last 2 hours, it's down to 60. What's it going to do next? It may completely stop the next go round. So please understand what we're talking about when we're talking about the trends. Now, moving forward, we're going to talk about the 5 steps of rhythm interpretation. These 5 steps are your lifeline to determining what a rhythm is. If you do not know these 5 steps, if you do not remember these 5 steps, you will not be able to recognize a rhythm strip. So this is probably the most important thing that I'm going to go over that I can tell you that you will use when you are determining what type of rhythm you are looking at. If you don't learn these 5 steps, if you don't remember these 5 steps, if you don't use these 5 steps, you're not going to be successful in this class. So please make sure that you understand and remember these 5 steps. So when we're given a strip, we have 5 questions. Question number 1, are there QRS complexes? So we want to look for the QRS complexes very first thing. Remember, the QRS complex represents the ventricles. It tells us what the ventricles are doing. So question number 1, are there QRS complexes? We're looking for these QRS complexes. If you answer yes, you're going to ask yourself the question, are they the same shape or does the shape vary? Okay? So if you ask yourself, are there QRS complexes, and you look for them and you answer yes, the next question is, are they the same shape or does the shape vary? If the answer is no, there are not QRS complexes, you're going to skip to number 4. And we'll get there later. But you're going to skip. If you answer no to question number 1, the next question you're going to ask yourself is question number 4. Okay? Are there P waves? But if you answer yes, we're going to look for their shape and their size and if they vary. Question number 2. Is the rhythm regular but interrupted, or irregular? We're going to answer this by doing what we just recently learned in the past. We're going to compare the RR intervals. Question number 3. What is the heart rate? If the heart rate is greater than 100, they're considered to be tachycardia. If it's less than 60, they're considered to have bradycardia. Question number 4. Are there P waves? If so, what is the relationship to the QRS? If so, are the P waves always in the same place? Are they relative to the QRS? Or are they different in each beat? Are any P waves not followed by a QRS? Do the P waves look the same in shape? Is the PP interval between beats the same, or does that PP interval vary? So we're going to write all this down as we answer. We're going to have a worksheet in front of us and we're going to write all this down. After we answer question number 4, we're going to question number 5. What are the P, R, and QRS intervals? Are these intervals within normal limits? Or are they too short? Are they too long? Are the intervals constant? Or do the intervals vary? So this is our set of questions that we have to ask ourselves in order to appropriately diagnose the rhythm strip. So please remember those questions and remember those steps before you move any further. You have to know those, you have to remember those, and you have to be able to apply those. We will go into further as what is normal and what is abnormal in this chapter, but as for now, I'm going to stop there with this video and I will come back and do another video at a later time.